Twilight Passages. My name is Sandra Foley, and today we're here at the Shorehouse Bar and Restaurant located in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. There has been reports of strange sightings, unusual happenings at the Shorehouse. Another one of the stories that the local patrons tell us, back in the mid-1800s, a ship had crashed. This once was a hotel, and all of the bodies and the people on the ship were located here for the family to reclaim them. Unfortunately, a lot of the bodies were unclaimed and buried right in this basement. So a lot of the employees and local patrons claim of seeing spirits and hearing weird noises throughout the night. But the most haunting story is that of Captain John, who abused and locked his own youngest daughter, Elsie, in this exact closet, leaving her for dead. Current owner Frank strongly believes that this establishment is haunted by Captain John and his younger daughter, Elsie. So join Twilight Passages as we do our ghost investigation at the Shorehouse Restaurant.
On the other side of the canal, all of them have stories about spirits and ghosts and all the people that live around here, they always used to come and say, oh, my house, they dug up, when they were renovating, they would dig up bones, actually, in their basements. And they were going to build the bridge right through this street, but they didn't, because this building is historical use, so they built around it. And the canal over here where the wreck was, that's where they saved all the people. That's why they brought them into this basement. This was a stagecoach stop in the beginning, and then it became a hotel. See, that's room 7. These rooms were the hotels from the original hotels. And a lot of my customers that come in always talk about how everything is strange. They don't see anything, but they hear things. And
my name is Adam. I work here as a bouncer, and I've heard stories of, just doors randomly closing up here. Nobody will be up here except for like the manager, the owner, and they'll be in their office, and all of a sudden just doors will start slamming left and right. There's about like five or six doors down this hallway. All of a sudden they just start slamming.
Well, the building's about 150 years old. It goes back to the mid-1800s, and there's a lot of stories about it. You don't know what's true and what's not, but there's different rooms. It used to be a hotel.
Okay,
so
a hotel, okay.
In each room there's a new story. So there was apparently a young girl who was abused by her father, and she was kept in the closet of one of the rooms.
My name is Chris Galace. I'm one of the co-owners of the Shorehouse. I've been working here for about 5 years now. I was told when we first started work here that the building was over 150 years old with a lot of history, and they said it was haunted. All the years I've worked here, the two experiences that stuck out the most was when I was closing the bar late at night. A pint glass flew off of a shelf, and it was very bizarre, and I don't know why it flew off like that. And the other time was when I was upstairs about 4 years ago. The most bizarre thing I ever heard was I heard someone say, it sounded like somebody said help. And those are the two experiences I had here that were the most moving.
Hi, this is Sandra Foley from Twilight Passages. We're here in the attic of the Shorehouse in Point Pleasant, seeking out some spirits, hopefully, and any kind of activity. What we're doing right now with Barbara Lynch, we are performing an EVP session. An EVP session is we kind of sit together in the quiet area where there might be some activity, and we ask questions like, what is your name? What era are you from? As an example, I have here on my small phone, an old dinosaur phone. We actually were ghost investigating at the Pea Patch Island. And where is that located?
That's Fort Delaware.
Fort Delaware. And this is a very high EVP. They come in different levels, but this is the best one I've ever heard. So this is kind of like we were in the tunnels and we were just recording, and you'll hear the kids in the background, but you can hear the guy's voice as soon as I hit it, and you're going to hear him say his name. So listen real carefully. Okay, so I'll play it again, but right away you're gonna hear Ed Fuss. And you can tell I was holding the phone like this, and it sounded like he was standing right next to me, right? And there was nobody there, just me and Barb, and the girls were way down the tunnel. So I'll play it again. Cool, right? So this is what we're trying to get here at the Shore House. But this is top of the line EVP, so hopefully Twilight Passages will be visiting Pea Patch again. Okay, so let's begin. What is your name? Can you tell us your name?
Can you tell us what year it is?
Are you a female or a male spirit? Were you murdered? Are you a male figure up here with us? Ooh, look, it's red. Danger. So it seems like we have a male figure. Now, when we first came up here, I took some behind the scene pictures, and right away we got an orb above Jason's head. We'll flick that picture to you later. But we definitely got activity as soon as we were up here. And we're still getting danger. I don't know if I should listen to that. You have to remember there's a lot of activity below us because it is a bar and it's really rowdy down there now. Maybe this is the prime spot because it's all in red. Like it hasn't gone off of red. EMF detector in red. Let's record again. Can you tell us what your name is? I feel it's a friendly spirit. Do you feel like it's friendly? I don't have that scared feeling in my stomach. Like maybe it's a child. Are you a child?
What was that?
What was that? Did you hear that? Damn. It sounded like dishes. Oh, they're emptying the bottles.
Sounds like, yeah, something.
Yeah, okay, we have to debunk that. I think they're emptying the liquor bottles. Let's see if we walk away if the light goes off.
See, now we just lost the red. What do you still think? It might respond to different voices. Can you tell us why you're still here? Why are you here? Do you have something that you need to seek out? Have you had unfinished business? Excuse me. Business. Now we're losing it. Hi, we're back here now on the, I guess you could say the second floor of Shorehouse. We just came back from the attic. We came down from the attic and we had a lot of activity going on. We had the interview with the owner, and actually the temperature change was very drastic. While we were up there, we were cold. Like, I was feeling like my hair was raising. While I was interviewing the owner, I felt like something was brushing against my arm, and we have it on film, so we're going to show that too. And Jason and Barbara also felt it while we were interviewing him. So also, while we were ending, we kind of packed everything up to come down here, and the light blew out. So we had a lot of activity up in the attic, a lot of activity. We had a couple orbs, a lot of caution, danger on the EMF detector. So a little bit about this room, as the owner was saying, there had been a murder here. A young girl was murdered, and she was put in this closet. So this is a big history of the house. So we're gonna sit here a little bit, and we're gonna do an EVP and see what we can get. See that? But now, believe me, when I first bought this, I never seen red until I came here. I've used it for another ghost hunt. I didn't get really much activity, but as soon as we went up in the attic, it's been red ever since. It goes back and forth. But this is the area right here where the young girl was murdered, and she was actually just shoved in the closet. The owner had brought up in the interview that in the bathroom, which is around the corner, he heard a faint voice saying, "Help me." So we're going to do a quick EVP. Can you tell us if you're here with us right now in the room? If you're the little girl that was murdered here, can you tell us your name?
How old are you?
Who did that to you? Was it your father? Hi, this is Sandy again. We're in the basement now of the Shore House in Point Pleasant. Actually, as Frank was saying, there were a lot of deceased people placed here from I guess the boat had capsized back in the 1800s, and they actually brought the bodies here for storage for the families to come and claim them. Now, I'm not sure how clear it is. We're going to investigate a little bit more, but there is rumor that some bodies were still buried under here. I don't know if they were exhumed, but the floor, if you could see now, is cemented over. But this was a dirt floor, and then there were bodies buried here. I don't know if it was the bodies that weren't claimed from the capsize, but they put the cement floor over it, so we have to find out if everything was exhumed. So we're just going to walk around and do an EVP. It's going to be a little bit noisy because it's the ice maker. So we'll see what happens if we can get any activity. And then I'll turn it on. If you can see, we're not really getting anything like we did up in the attic. The attic, we were in danger like most of the time, like 80%. I'm gonna go in here real quick, see if I get anything. Yeah, I'm really not getting anything too much. If you're here with us, what is your name? Were you buried here, under the cement floor? So tell us about the glass being thrown around in the bar. Was that you? Were you angry? Hi, we're here back at the Shore House in Point Pleasant, New Jersey with the current owner, Mr. Frank Galace. Hello, Frank.
How you doing?
So what we're here today to do is to tell you some of the findings that we got. And we
Okay.
got a couple good ones. I think you'll be happy.
All right.
All right, so first of all, we're going to show you a photograph. We were upstairs, I don't know, maybe about an hour or two.
Okay.
We interviewed your son,
Right.
and then we used our EMF detector.
Right.
Now, I don't know if you know what that is. You probably have a little familiar about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It kind of picks up any kind of electromagnetic fields that spirits supposedly give off. All right, so the first picture we have here is the attic. We got a lot of activity, mostly in the attic.
Right.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with orbs.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what the last radio station was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There were many orbs up in the attic. And,
Oh, okay, so we're kind
we
of
know-
matching.
Yes, that's the only knowledge I have. I've never actually seen it, but
Oh, okay, so this was while we were setting up.
Okay.
And usually that happens a lot. Like when we're not doing anything is when we're catching stuff.
Right,
It seems
right.
maybe the spirits like to do that.
right.
But Jason was actually setting up a chair for your son to sit,
Right.
and I just take pictures randomly.
Right.
So this, if you see here, you can see
This
that
circle, right.
it's very defined.
Right.
And this is known to believe that the spirits actually are within the orb. This is what they give off.
Okay.
Now, a lot of
Scientists kind of rebuttal with that being dust particles, but we have pictures of dust particles, and you can tell it's kind of, you can see through it, it's floating, but this is very, very defined.
Yes.
So I believe this is a really good picture of an orb.
Okay.
All right, and the next we have is some footage from Jason.
All right.
It seems like, again, we were up in the attic, more towards right above us. We had our EMF detector, and it starts off as green, you know, before we start. And then as we feel, and we go around the building, when it turns red, it's picking up some kind of a you know, magnetic field, which
Okay.
we feel could be a spirit. So I'll show you this footage real quick.
Are you a male figure up with us? Oh, look, it's red.
All right, so as you can see, the EMF is red. And once again, this place, outrageous. Like, when we go to other places, it turns red, it goes off, turns red. But this one was constant red in
Stayed
that
on,
area.
yeah. And it's a different area than where the orb was. It's on the other side.
Yes,
Of the,
it's kind of like we were in the middle of the attic, and then
Right.
this was like,
to the back.
yeah, but
On
not
the-
too
on
far,
the-
not too
right.
far from where we were sitting.
Okay.
So it is kind of in the general area by
So you
when
can't
first
tell
come
if
up
it's
the
the same
stairs.
one or it could be more or what.
Yeah, you can't tell. You can't tell how many. You know, the rumor has it, I believe in the story, that there are several, possibly
Yes.
Captain John and,
Yes,
and
yes.
his daughter. So this clip I'm going to show you is in your basement. I know you have a history in the basement too, but I want, maybe you can explain to me what went on.
Okay. Oh, that's the footsteps. So that's why I thought there would always be more activity in the basement, because
Okay.
when there was a wreck out in 1846, they had used this
Mhm.
building as a morgue to
Okay.
bring the bodies in, and they stored many bodies in the basement, but it was always the third floor.
Yeah.
And about 20 years ago, when the restaurant got renovated, they covered it in cement. So
Okay.
that's why we didn't
Mm.
have as much action downstairs as I thought we would, like it used to be like, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why we mostly go upstairs to try to get some
Yeah.
activity. But I would think that there's a lot more
Downstairs.
stuff in the basement because there were so many bodies that were brought in here.
Yeah, unfortunately, when this happened, there was no camera. It was dark. So, it was Jason and Barbara, and they heard these footsteps out of
Right.
nowhere, and it
Right.
like scared them.
Right.
So I kind of knew about the history of the bodies in the basement,
Right.
but like it happened when like we were just recording sound.
Right.
So that's why I wasn't too sure where these footsteps
Well,
were.
that's.
So you have
there
the
was
history.
nobody else in the building, so
Yeah.
that would be
So you have the
Something's
history
going on.
of the buried bodies in the bottom.
right.
In the basement, but now that explains, now we can understand what they
Okay.
were, so, but
That's
basically, yeah, I mean, we were here maybe 4 hours, and, I believe there's something here, you know what I mean? I wanna come back maybe with a psychic,
Mhm.
you know, in the future, between the orbs and the unexplainable footsteps,
Right.
you know, I feel there was something there,
Well,
but, you know,
We're here.
yeah, we're here, and we're here to help. If you need anything, call us, like
All
the
right.
Ghostbusters.
Thank
But
you.
we want to thank you so much,
No
and your
problem.
son, for
Yes.
letting us come in.
No problem.
And hopefully we'll be back again.
Good.
okay.
It's a pleasure.
All right,
Thank you
great.
very much.
Thank you.